morning. Welcome to 49ers in 5, your daily update on everything happening with the team that you need to know. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Today is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023. Here's what's happening with your San Francisco 49ers. We'll get to how Kyle Shanahan feels about being back atop the NFC standings in a minute. But first, we begin as we always do with the injury report. And man, it's starting to get a little long. Some good news to start. Javon Hargrave and Mooney Ward may return to practice this week. So it doesn't seem like that's going to be a long-term type thing in either case. Although, again, take everything with a grain of salt. Dre Greenlaw is day-to-day with hip and ankle injuries. Eric Armstead, Ross Dwelly, and Spencer Burford are more of the see how it goes type camp. But hopefully Burford at least will return to practice this week. Darrell Luter Jr. and Elijah Mitchell should be back on Wednesday, although unfortunately Oren Burks is going to have to be shut down for a couple of weeks with knee tendonitis. Now, to the audio portion of the show. Kyle Shanahan, tell us, you're back atop the NFC. How does it feel to be number one again?
Not much of a reaction. I'll have a reaction when it is the number one spot, if it is, because that's when the season ends. Right now, it doesn't mean much. It just means where you're at now. And I know we won't be that if we don't handle business this week. So that's really all we're worried about this week. And then we'll do who we play after that.
He's 100% right. Look, obviously it's great to be number one in the NFC now, but it doesn't really mean anything if you don't handle your business. So win out these last 4 games, then you can celebrate. And before we look ahead, let's look back one more time at that Seahawks game. Kyle, now that you've watched all the film, what did you think of the performance?
I thought there were some opportunities in the first half we missed, mainly with just getting off on that drive with the interception. And then in the fourth quarter, I thought we had, they went down and scored and made it 21-16. It was a great job stopping them on the 2-point conversion because it would have been a 3-point game like that going into the fourth. That was our biggest drive on offense because we scored right away and answered. So we took it right back to a 2-score game, and then we got a huge pick by Jair, which that's our time to finish someone on offense. And we got a big play going down, and we ended up having that fumble, which gave them the life back there. So it's we got 3.5 minutes to go, and they still got the ball, and they're only down 2 scores. So we made it a lot closer than I feel like it should have been, and we should have put that away. That's why I think it felt a little sloppy.
Have you noticed that when people are critical of the 49ers, Kyle always praises them publicly? But when people are throwing flowers at the 49ers, Kyle always brings them back down to earth a little bit, at least in public. I don't think that's by accident. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Tuesday. Matt Barrows has a column in The Athletic pointing out how the 49ers offense has a chance to do something historic this season. And it's something that Steve Young and Joe Montana never did in their careers. If you want to read it, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, I know I tell you about it almost every week, but you really do have to check out JT O'Sullivan's quarterback breakdowns on his channel on YouTube, The QB School. He does Brock Purdy, obviously, as you would expect, very complimentary, but there's a view of one of Brock's deep throws that I hadn't seen anywhere else. And when you watch it, you will have a whole new appreciation for just how good of a throw that was from Brock Purdy. Again, link will be in the description of this episode. One thing you may have missed, another familiar face is back with the 49ers. That would be Jason Verrett, who officially signed with the team's practice squad. Kyle Shanahan didn't go into any detail about what his role is actually going to be, but Verrett is back, and who knows, with the injuries at corner that the team has, maybe he gets back into a game. He hasn't suited up for the Niners since 2021 when he played one game and then was gone for the season after blowing out his Achilles during a practice. Hopefully he can recover yet again from another major injury. And if he does have to get on the field, will produce close to what we saw back then. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network. Haven't had a lot of reviews lately. Please, if you leave a 5-star rating and a review, we will read it on the show. I promise you. Also, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Later today, I guess that depends on when you listen to this, but 8 a.m. Pacific time, we will have Jason Aponte and Steph Sanchez live for the Bully Ball podcast. It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. If you're up early, drinking your morning coffee, on your way to work, whatever, please, please, please join us. It is so much fun, and we love interacting with you. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.